Here's my partner with the play-by-play. Here's Len Casper.
Thank you, DJ. Giants about ready to take the field. White Sox in their road gray uniforms. The Giants wearing black jerseys and those off-white pants. And the jerseys are new here in 2026 from the Gigantes collection. The jersey and cap designed by Bay Area artist Jesse Hernandez. And they're very sharp looking. And we're still waiting for them to take the field here. Big crowd on hand here at Oracle Park. The Giants struggling here. They've given up a ton of runs of late. And last night was unique. The White Sox became the only team in the modern era, that's since 1900, to score 9 or more runs in a 9-inning game with all the runs and all the hits coming in the same inning. They did not have a hit outside of the fourth, but they didn't need one last night.
No, so we're doing it again. We're talking about something that we just never see. It's something that we talk about throughout the year. How many times, though? 10 times this year, we'll probably say we've never seen that before, and that's one of those times last night.
So the Giants have taken the field behind a familiar guy, and Adrian Hauser, who was great. It was only 11 starts with the White Sox. Felt like he was with the Sox for longer than that. And they traded him at the deadline to Tampa Bay. And this is a guy you want as many left-handed batters in the lineup as possible. The splits have been drastic. He has really struggled against lefties, way better against righties. And you hope maybe that familiarity will help the White Sox today.
No doubt. I mean, when you are familiar with the guy, you feel more comfortable as a hitter. Got a little different roster. Some different guys that are in that lineup now that don't know Adrian.
Driven to right. Church is going to make a diving catch.
If he doesn't catch that ball, Witt's on third base at least.
Again down the left field line. Gilbert giving chase. And he made the catch.
The Giants are putting on a clinic defensively.
And there's a swing on a high fly ball, right field. Nemo is back near the wall. Leaps and he got it. Brandon Nemo brings a home run back. Carroll's had a day.
He makes a sliding catch.
Corbin Carroll way back. And it's gone. Corbin Carroll with a second today. Back he goes. It's gone. Edgar Carroll walks it off in the 10th. Celebrate that, man, because the Sox take the series from the Cubs.
Well, we certainly served it up over the...
2 in the 4th inning last night. So Hauser's ready to go. The right-hander against the left-hand hitting Antonacci. First pitch of the game, he pumps in a strike. 61 degrees at game time. And now there's an equipment issue. The catcher, Susak, don't know if with his pitch comm device or what, but slight delay. Third baseman Chapman is in and way off the line over on the left side. The 0-1 is a strike. So fastball, then a changeup. 0-2 on Antonacci. Chapman will deepen. Tap of the plate by the rookie. Hauser kicks and delivers. And it's fouled in the air off of third. This will get into the seats. Still 0-2.
About Hauser, he's not wasting any time or pitches thus far. He's just going right after the leadoff man. Guess when things aren't really going great, going your way, the best thing you can do is force the issue. Make the batter have to swing the bat.
The 0-2. Called strike 3 on a fastball at 97. So Hauser throwing pretty hard here early. And he strikes out Antonacci. Here comes Murakami.
Yeah, that's a couple of miles an hour faster than his average fastball. So he reached back, put a little bit extra on there, and it surprised Antonacci.
Murakami checks in at 246 with 17 home runs. And he takes a strike on a curveball. He had a big 3-run double in the game last night. Also reached on a hit by pitch and a walk. The 0-1. It's just off the inside on a sinker. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Low and in on a slider to make it 2-1. Over the last 31 games, the White Sox have statistically been the best offense in baseball. 5.4 runs per game and 52 homers. The 2-1. Fouled off the catcher's glove, 2-2.
Well, he was trying to add to the 52 homers of recent times because that was a big swing by Murakami.
The water's very inviting. McCovey Cove. There's a swing and a chopper foul to first. They have a number posted splash hits, 108. I assume that's Giants home runs?
That's a good question. I would assume that.
I'm guessing it's home homers, not visitors included. The 2-2 from Hauser. And he backed him away up and in on a sinker, and it's a full count.
And interesting how it says splash hits rather than home runs.
Right.
Because I don't know if you hit the water, it's a home run. They're not counting foul balls.
A takeoff on smash hits.
Sure.
Splash hits.
Okay.
3-2. And he bounces one right back to Hauser, who gloves it cleanly and flips to first. So 2 away, here comes Vargas. If the Sox win today's game, Walner Law will make a donation to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Walner Law handles the toughest car accident cases in Chicago. Call 312-8-million. Walner Law. Win with Walner. Vargas takes a strike. 237 average, but a stout 368 on base percentage with 11 blasts. Stands tall in the right-handed batter's box, and he swings hard and hits a soft grounder foul toward third, 0-2.
You mentioned he stands tall to start. Then he has a little knee bend, squat, and he lunges forward from there. It's just the beginning of this stance is tall and relaxed.
The 0-2 pitch is high. I mentioned off the top of the show the wind was blowing in from right. Now it has shifted. It's right to left.
Ever changing.
They did a lot of wind studies in terms of configuring this ballpark on the bay before they built it. 1-2, and he just missed off the outside. The Giants thought it was strike 3, but no challenge by Susac. 2-2. Hauser delivers. Called strike 3, and Vargas thought that was outside. It was a slider. Hauser's pretty certain it's a strike, and it was outside. So Hauser got all the way to the chalk line, and we'll have to head back to the mound.
Wow. You know what's interesting about Adrian walking all the way to the third base line, even after he saw it was going to be a challenge, is how much it missed by. It wasn't even right next to the corner. Missed by a couple of inches easily.
So full count on Vargas, and that challenge is a reminder. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. So that sets up a 3-2. Here it is. Swing and a fly ball out into right. Not that deep, and it'll be caught by Gilbert. And the Sox go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the first from San.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Same people we see in the stands with us at those games.
That's what being local is all about. We get you.
Coast Iavone, your local personal injury attorneys. 708-4-million.
The pitch.
Hey, it's Noah Schultz, left-handed pitcher for the Chicago White Sox. You're listening to White Sox Baseball.
He struck him out swinging on a curveball.
This is the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Bottom of the first from San Francisco. Scoreless tie. Brian Hudson's the opener today. Has not allowed a run in 2 innings as an opener. Facing Willie Adames. First pitch misses the inside corner against the right-hand batting Adames. They've got a Rise on deck. They've got Devers in the 4th spot. Those are the 2 guys in their lineup that kind of made this decision work with Hudson opening. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Also, Eric Fetty, who will back him up today, has really struggled in the first inning. So if he can get beyond this first, maybe that'll help Eric a little bit.
You know, that's interesting because it is the top of the game. The first inning, the bottom of the first, or whatever it's going to be that he's skipping, because he still has a first inning. It's just not the top of the order.
There's a swing and a soft line drive caught by Mydroth behind second base.
You know what I mean? No matter what, he's going to have a first inning, right?
No, it's a second. You're just fooling him.
That's it. All right, you're not pitching in the
Don't be
first.
logical.
Because, look, his last 3 starts, he's given up 5 home runs in the first inning. 2 home runs, and then a solo 1 home run in another outing. So I can see why all of a sudden you're saying he's not pitching in the first inning.
Here's a rise. That'll bring the corner infielders in, and he takes all the way. It's a strike. Luis Arraez bats .321. That puts him in the top 5 in the major leagues. And he takes strike 2. No thoughts of swinging, so he just pumped 2 strikes in there.
Well, he doesn't care about hitting with 2 strikes, apparently, even though we saw him strike out yesterday. Yeah, he's just standing there. He was standing there holding the bat, watching the ball go by.
And he takes high to make it 1-2. Career .317 against the White Sox. That's the 3rd best average among actives. Any guesses on the top 2 guys?
Josh Naylor?
Yes.
And I got
another guy in the division.
Got to think of another guy real
shortstop. Kansas City. Pitch is outside. 2-2.
I had to lay back so you can do the pitch, but you gave me the answer. I'll take Bobby Witt Jr. for $100.
Josh Naylor, .357. Witt, .324. Arraez, .317. And he fouls to stay alive. But you got the top guy right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean,
we just saw him.
Oh, yeah. It's etched in my memory that he's always going to crush. I mean, I got a glitch about it.
A tall lefty on a 2-2 and a foul. And then Arraez just kind of shuffled around the dirt circle. He went behind the umpire. He's got a lot of flair.
He's got a lot of, whatever that is. Swing, followed off, run across the plate, shuffle around the catcher and the umpire, and a little, like a My Little Pony. And now he's back to hit.
And he hits a fly ball into left. It'll send Antonacci back and over toward the corner, and he makes a sliding grab on that slicer.
You know, Antonacci just proves he's a good athlete. He's not a great outfielder because he's still learning how to read the ball off the bat. But he's such a good athlete. He can get a bad route, misread, wins messing with the ball. He stays so focused. He doesn't care what it looks like. He just goes and catches the ball.
That'll bring up Casey Schmidt, the Giants left fielder. 0 for 4, knocked in a run last night, and he hits a fly ball right to Antonacci, and he's got it. Hudson does his job, and he might get another batter in the second. With
2 strikes on Hunter. This ball hit deep left field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. It's a 1-run game. Second deck for Hunter Goodman. His first of the year. That thing went 435 feet.
You get the future Hall of Famer in for Hunter Goodman. Last year's Silver Slugger, the National League as a catcher. Just a rolling curveball. Hang it. Hunter Goodman's going to destroy it.
Driven to right. Church is going to make a diving catch.
If he doesn't catch that ball, Witt's on third base at least.
Again down the left field line. Gilbert giving chase. And he made the catch.
The Giants are putting on a clinic defensively.
And there's a swing on a high fly ball, right field. Nemo's back near the wall. Leaps on, he got it! Brandon Nimmo brings a home run back.
Carroll's had a day.
He makes a sliding catch. Corbin Carroll way back, and it's gone. Corbin Carroll with a second today. Back he goes. It's gone! Edgar Carroll walks it off in the 10th. Celebrate that, man, because the Sox take the series from the Cubs.
Every Sox game.
Boy, did they come together beautifully.
ESPN Chicago.
top 2, no base runners in the first for either team. Hauser against Montgomery. Left-hand hitting shortstop in the cleanup spot today. And Colson swings and misses. Some rain on the East Coast. The Rays and Yankees washed out. Tigers and Orioles as well. The 0-1. Check swing, strike on a low one. He went. 0-2. One final already. Cardinals beat the Reds 8-1. First game of a doubleheader. Meidroth on deck, and then Benintendi for the White Sox. Montgomery batting .222, and he swings and misses on a high fastball for strike 3.
Again, Hauser just going right after these guys. He's pitching smart because why waste time? He's already had a lot of base runners this season. Just go right at the hitters. Don't give them a chance to settle in.
Chase had the go-ahead bases-loaded walk last night, even though he didn't have a hit, and he takes outside. .263 batting average, 3 home runs, including leading off the season in Milwaukee back in March. The 1-0 is outside for a ball, 2-0. Hauser had a 7.12 ERA through the end of April, but in 3 May starts, it's 2.04. Called strike on a sinker makes it 2-1.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It's all about what have you done for me lately, and lately, Giants people are very pleased with Adrian.
The pitch. Swung on and chopped to third as Meidroth lost his helmet on the swing, and Chapman will fire to first to get him.
Just didn't hit it hard enough to get it past the third baseman. It was halfway in.
So on the contact of that ball, it jostled his helmet off. Here's Benintendi with 2 gone.
A lot of players nowadays with all that hair that's being hidden in the helmet. Just jars loose when they run.
Swing and a miss by Benintendi on a good changeup.
I find it interesting because I don't remember all my teammates' helmets falling off all the time. They kind of fit us to where we kept them on.
Gary Matthews liked to knock his helmet off when he would pick up an extra base hit. There's ball 1, 1-1.
Yeah, by design, you're right. He would absolutely flip it off his head while he was on the move.
The 1-1, Benintendi takes a strike on the inside corner. Right before that pitch was delivered, Arise got the attention of Devers, and he was waving his glove like, move off the line. The 1-2. Popped up. Over behind third, shallow left, and Chapman will make the catch. Had to shield his eyes from the sun. It's a pretty quiet start for the White Sox.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow mayor.
The Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and driving a couple of runs. Franked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the third straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got out there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, "Did you see that?" I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
And nothing stops leaks like North Shore adult diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
Bottom of the second, Brian Hudson went 1-2-3 in the first. He'll face Rafael Devers. Eric Fetty is ready in the bullpen. The pitch is high. On the left-hand batting, Devers. Batting .241, 6 homers. He's driven in 20. Wide open stance. And he takes outside for ball 2. Outfield wheeled around toward left. And the pitch. Fouled in the air, back up near our broadcast booth. Right in front of us, in fact.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I don't think it can get into us. We've got this overhang, but you never know. Be ready.
The 2-1 is fouled on the screen behind the plate.
When you say,
go ahead.
No, you mentioned Devers with an open stance. There's nothing more extreme by anybody than this open stance that he has.
Yeah, the front foot is almost out of the box.
Yeah, toward the first base dugout.
2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll be it for Hudson. So 4 batters faced. He retired all of them, and we'll get a pitching change in the second. Fetty coming on. 0-0. Back in a moment on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
You've heard their names around town. Costa, Iavoni. I'm here talking with accident attorneys Julio Costa and Anthony Iavoni. You two have built a serious rep in Chicago. What's the playbook?
We grew up here. Soccer matches on weekends.
Southside baseball games in the summer.
Football battles on fall Sundays.
We know this.
Over from the outfield grass, skips it on the carpet and got him.
Line drive drive to center field coming in. Bierling, he'll slide, make a nice catch before that ball drops.
Long run for Angel Martinez. He dives and makes the catch. Backhanded catch. What a play by Angel Martinez. Deep left center field. On the run is Riley Green. Reaches up, made the catch. Riley Green with a terrific running catch.
Soft line drive up the middle. Nunez picks it off. Covering ground to his right.
Riley charging. Bare hand. Got him. What a play by Austin Riley. Beautiful play by Vientos. And that keeps the Mets in front.
Ground ball to first. Kurtz gets there, and he's going to have to throw off balance. What a great play.
There's a hot shot, deep short, backhanded by Wynn. To his feet. He throws him out, my brother.
This Wynn has a rifle.
Or to third, Arenado's got it. Oh, boy, did he snag that one. What a play. And he saved a run. Chevy, Acura, Toyota, now Cadillac, Buick, GMC. Find your advantage at Advantage Dealer Group.
Hey, join us at the ballpark next Saturday, May 30th. The White Sox take on the Tigers at 1:10. 15,000 fans 21 years and older will receive a Teal and Carroll bobblehead. It's presented by Benny's Beverage Depot.
So Eric Fetty pitching for the 10th time this season, third time as a bulk man. The first batter he faces is Matt Chapman. Scoreless tie in the second. As a reliever, it was a strike. He's got a 2.31. Again, it's only a couple of outings. But when the White Sox have used an opener, it has worked extremely well. Called strike two.
Yeah, if you just look at his last three outings in the first inning, well, his first inning of work, the top or bottom of the first has been horrific. But every inning from there, he didn't allow any other home runs. It's just the first inning that he pitched it's been bad.
Chapman takes high. So in this case, he doesn't have to face the top three in the order to open his outing.
Absolutely.
The 1-2 coming. It's outside on a sweeper. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the veteran Matt Chapman. One of the best defensive infielders in the league. The 2-2. It's high and it's full. The catcher on deck, Susak. Called strike 3. Chapman's going to challenge a sinker near the outside corner, and everyone looking at the center field board, and it is a strike, and it's a strikeout. 2 down.
Oh, how about that?
Now our first look at Daniel Susak. 25-year-old rookie. This is his 16th game, off to a sizzling start. He just came off the IL, though. He's batting .395, and he takes a strike. I told you last night the Giants recently traded Patrick Bailey to Cleveland. Susak missed 22 games with a right elbow injury. Called strike 2. He still has Rule 5 status. The A's took him in the first round in 22. The Twins then drafted him in the Rule 5 this past December and traded him to the Giants. He started his career 5 for 5.
Sure. Game's easy for some.
6'5", 210. Daniel Susak takes down and away on a sweeper. He went 3 for 3 on April 2nd against the Mets, and then had 2 more hits to start a game against the Phillies to start his career. He takes ball 2, 2-2.
And just watching his approach as a hitter right now, he really keeps his front shoulder closed, which lets you know he's thinking about driving the ball the other way.
The pitch. He pulls a ground ball foul over to Ron Wotus, who's filling in at third base for this series. Their normal third base coach is Hector Borg. He is away due to a death in the family. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Hudson and Fetty combined to strike out the side in the second. After 2, Sox nothing. Giants.
There's a high drive, left center field, back toward the wall. Rising up, and gone. Home run, Trevor Story, number 3. And the Red Sox get on the scoreboard. You were just talking about the home runs that Painter allowed. Can you take advantage? And Story does.
That's the thing, Painter. He's got a really good fastball, but it's flat. There's really no extension. There's no rise to it. It had to feel good for Trev.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Sox bat in the third inning here at Oracle Park. Sunshiny afternoon in San Francisco. 0-0. Jared Kelenic against Adrian Hauser. And a backdoor curve finds the zone. 0-1 on Kelenic, who was in the original lineup last night but ended up not playing because he got drilled during BP in the back. The 0-1 called strike 2.
Yeah, they were out stretching, and Bryce Eldridge hit a line drive in the group of White Sox stretching, and it nailed Kelenic. And they had to say, we got to do a little treatment on you. You're missing tonight's game.
The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on a changeup. Boy, Hauser really pumping that strike zone. 22 out of 31 strikes.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, he's attacking, and it's a smart move. Mentioned it early. Just go after him, make the batters feel like they have to swing the bats.
Now, ex-Giants farmhand Tristan Peters, the center fielder, batting 8th. And he takes ball 1 just inside on a sinker at 95.
White Sox couldn't get anything going last night until the 4th inning, and it's very similar to how things are looking right now.
Maybe a good omen, I guess. There's a swing and a base hit right field. Played on a bounce by Gilbert.
Yep, they're starting early. They were shut down in order the first 3 innings in last night's game, and now they're starting with 1 out here in the 3rd, so keep the line moving.
That will bring up Drew Romo, switch-hitting catcher, batting left. Runner on, 1 out. That's the first hit for either club. Interesting alignment on the left side. They've got Chapman almost halfway between second and third and in. And Romo takes low. And they've got Adames about 10 feet from second base.
Yeah, they're set for the double play, and it really looks like in their minds the Giants feel that Romo's going to pull the ball.
The 1-0, it's a strike. And because of their alignment, the second base umpire, David Rackley, is almost where the shortstop would normally play. And he's right in the middle of the dirt.
Yep.
A stretch and a throw over as Peters was dancing off the bag, but he got back in time. Unlike hockey, though, Rackley cannot jump onto the glass and grab on like a linesman would.
No, he looks like he's actually playing the position of shortstop, like he's in the game as a player rather than an ump.
The 1-1. Romo showed bunt, but then took a strike on a changeup. And it's 1-2. Off the air, we were breaking down the botched safety squeeze the other day, and it bears saying the 1-2 is inside on a bunt, especially safety bunt. It's like 95% on the batter, and that base runner has to be really careful about not getting too far off the bag. And Mydroth got picked off when Romo took a pitch the other day, but when these things don't go well, a lot of it is on the batter to just get the ball in play.
Well, it's all on the batter in that situation because the runner has one thing to do, wait for the ball to be bunted, then run.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 by Romo. I left like 5% for the runner to not get picked off.
Yeah,
two down.
It really is. When there's a bunt, unless it is a squeeze bunt, the base runner's job is to wait till the ball is put down on the ground and then take off. Not to anticipate it's going to be put down, not to try and help out the bunter because he didn't bunt it well. It's his job to put down a good bunt, and you will be safe to the next base. Other than that, it's not your problem.
Antonacci takes low. And the other thing, it's pretty standard protocol. If you bunt and miss, that catcher's going to pick to that base.
Absolutely.
So you got to be really cautious.
Yeah, if you're caught leaning too far away from the base, they will get you with the back throw.
Now Hauser to first. Peters, not much of a lead. He's back on his feet.
Well, Peters, he has 4 stolen bases in 4 attempts. And if he's going to go, he's going to have to get a little bit better lead than he has right now.
The pitch. It is down and away. We were chatting with a guy who used to steal bases. F.P. Santangelo does some broadcasting with the Giants. He made a good point. He said with the new rules now, almost invariably, you make a pickoff throw to first, and then you make a pitch. You don't throw back-to-back. 2-0 is outside. He said, if I saw them pick to first, he said, I'd be going on the next pitch.
Yeah, he did, and it's a great point. There's no doubt. I mean, if there's a strategy and you're going to go, okay, they don't ever throw over. But here's the thing about that. If you're a guy that does that and they know you do it, then they're going to just start throwing over back-to-back.
For sure. Antonacci takes a strike.
So it's productive, but at the same time, it can be that you're over-assuming. Still, to me, it's not the complicated thing to do. When they could throw over 50 times, guys still stole bases because they read the pitcher right and got great jumps.
The 3-1 coming, and it's fouled, and it's full.
You know what I mean? It wasn't guessing. It was a skill. You read the pitcher, you time your jump, and you have a great jump and you have speed. You stole bases. That's all there was to it. If the strategy is now like, oh, he's thrown over, I can run now, then, well, that's really just a guessing game.
Peters will be running here. The 3-2 coming, and there's a squib roller right to Chapman. He's got time, and he'll fire to first, and that will do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. It was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team, and this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. The black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
This is the Chicago White Sox Baseball Network.
Bottom of the third, Eric Fetty faces Bryce Eldridge, rookie DH, and the lefty takes a strike. Fetty's from Las Vegas. Eldridge, a Virginia native, batting just .139 in 11 games. He takes off the outside on a changeup, 1-1 on him.
Well, so you see what you did there. They're both from places that have a V involved with where they...
Is that what I did?
Yeah, Vegas, Virginia. I got it.
1-1. A swing and a miss. Eldridge, Fetty, EF, right next to each other in the alphabet.
See? I'm ready for you today, man. You're not sneaking up on me.
A 1-2. Just missed. Off the outside on a cutter. Fetty into his motion, the 2-2. It's outside. Bader on deck, and then Gilbert. And flip-flopped in the order. Bader hitting 8th, Gilbert 9th. It was Gilbert 8th, Bader 9th last night. 3-2 is fouled, and we'll do it once more.
Hey, grab your group and celebrate at the ballpark. From the fan deck to a pregame patio party, we have the perfect space for your group. Just call 312-674-1000.
The pitch. Fouled again. Huge crowd here on this lovely Saturday afternoon. 3-2 foul. Sox will be back home for the holiday. 1:10 start on Monday against the Twins to open a 4-game series. Twins are in Boston. 3-2 is hammered in the air deep right, but it's foul. A line rocket that I think ricocheted into the water, but it was foul by a few feet.
Well, he hit it hard, and it's just another foul ball in the end. That's what you have to say to yourself as a pitcher. It's like, guys, just another foul ball. No biggie. But you want to make a good pitch here.
The pitch. Lined foul the other way, out of play.
It was 95. If you've got 97, use that. Just a little extra would be enough to get it by him.
So this battle continues. Should be the 11th pitch, I believe. And Eldridge hooks a liner into right, and that's a single to lead off the Giants' third. That was a really good at-bat by Bryce Eldridge.
Well, I will say this. I'm happy with the result in the sense that he didn't walk him. He just kept battling and battling and battling, throwing strike, and made him earn his way on.
That's it. Here's Bader. One for 3 with a walk in game 1. And a called strike. Cubs have lost 7 straight. They got shut out today at home against Houston, 3-0.
Put them in a funk, the White Sox did.
The pitch. Bader takes high on a cutter. The aforementioned Twins have a 2-0 lead at Fenway. They're in the 3rd inning. Fetty's 1-1. He is outside and low to make it 2-1. So I mentioned Ron Wotus over at third this weekend. Shane Robinson is the Giants' first base coach. 2-1 to Bader. It's a chop to the shortstop. Montgomery will get it to Meidroth at second. Relay in time. It's a double play.
Well, that's timely. Ball wasn't hit all that hard, but Montgomery got rid of it very quickly. And I'm going to say out at second base with Meidroth, he's about as quick at getting rid of the ball as anybody.
That double play brought to you by Steinhoffels. Their Memorial Day sale happening now. Save up to 30% store-wide. Steinhoffels, Chicagoland's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store and online at steinhoffels.com. Called strike on Drew Gilbert on a sweeper. Bases are empty, 2 away, 3rd inning. The 0-1 is hit in the air softly left field. It's a base hit. Picked up on a bounce by Vargas. Nice job to get out there, and that'll keep Gilbert to a single.
Nothing can be done about that. You just can't place it better. Backdoor little cutter, and he hit it right off the end of the bat. Just a high pop-up with Vargas playing over it toward the shortstop position and in. Kind of deterring him from bunting, but at the same time, unable, because of how shallow he was playing, getting back to make the grab.
You said it the other day, how it's so hard to throw a no-hitter. Just a shank like that ends up a base hit. Willie Adames takes low and outside.
Isn't it crazy? Because when you really watch a baseball game, how many cheap hits there are in a game? I mean, it's every day. Every day, a little swinging roller for a hit, a little off the end of the bat flare. So for you to throw a no-hitter or a perfect game, everything is perfect indeed.
The 1-0, foul tipped on a check swing, 1-1. And we're just in this era where a lot of line drives get caught because of positioning. So it feels like you do see more soft hits.
It's kind of bothersome that guys aren't adjusting. They just keep hitting line drives in the same areas for outs.
1-1, a broken bat screamer off the fencing in front of the Giants dugout, and a barrel of the bat, and that split right down the middle, ended up out near third base.
Yeah, when you say down the middle, it went from the barrel of the bat all the way down to the handle down the middle. Didn't cut it in half like a buzzsaw. Just exploded the barrel right in the middle of it. The bat length stayed the same. So he hit that, as you said, right on the button, hard foul, but termites in that bat.
Oh, so 1-2 on Willie Adames. Runner at first, 2 outs, 3rd inning, scoreless deadlock. The pitch. Low and outside on a sweeper. When that pitch is going right, it's a devastating weapon for Eric Fetty.
It has to look like a strike. I mean, if you're smart as a hitter and you recognize quick enough out of the hand, you're just not chasing that, then he's got a problem.
Long hold at the belt, and he'll throw to first late. Eric looking for his first win since August 9th of last year when he was with Atlanta. He beat the Marlins. Hit hard on the ground, but right to Montgomery, and he'll get the out at second base. 2 hits, no runs in the inning. After 3, Sox nothing. a sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
This one's driven out to right. Carrying way back and out of here. 3/4 of the way up the bleachers for Dalen Lyle. Heating up indeed, his 4th of the year. And it's 3-0 Nats.
Oh, yeah, there they are. There's the fam. He blew him kisses going over there. 106 off the bat, and that ball was scorched. We had high fives everywhere. Smile. What a sweet swing.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
It is 4th inning. No runs at this stage. Sox have Murakami, Vargas, and Montgomery. That big trio. 2-3-4 against Adrian Hauser, who has allowed 1 hit. That was a Peters single in the 3rd. Swinging a little tap by Murakami, picked up by the pitcher in front of the mound, and he'll get it to first in time. Mune ran hard down the line, even though it was an easy out. Let's pause 10 for ID on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network. Hauser facing a former teammate, Vargas, and he misses low on a fastball, and the pitch will be challenged by the catcher, Susak, and it's overturned. It's a strike. The Murakami out was as routine as it gets. Probably 1,000 out of 1,000 pitchers will make that play. There's a line drive base hit out into left center. Vargas hustling around first, but a good job by Bader to get to it. It's a single, but it's all about habits, and Murakami running hard, even though he was an easy out, just set such a great example.
No, we're going to always point it out, even though you said something that was appropriate earlier this year, where we shouldn't point out when guys run hard because, you know, that's what they're supposed to do. But it's noticeable when you do see it. As hard as you can down the line is not something everybody does.
We had a little microphone malfunction. It's Louis Krupa, I think, left his mic on after that ABS announcement, so now they've got that rectified.
Yeah, you don't want to share too much information now.
Montgomery with a man on, and he takes a strike.
You notice how opponents really like to work Montgomery right about at the hands on the inside part of the plate, trying to see if he can get the barrel there, and he's had trouble doing that.
0-1, and he gets the barrel to this one. He lines to right. Great read by Vargas. That's a base hit, and Vargy will end up at third. As Gilbert went to chase it down in the corner. It's a single for Montgomery, and they're at the corners with 1 out.
Well, you're 100% correct when you say great read by Vargy. When that ball's hit, it's hanging in the air a little bit, but Vargas said, nope, I know where the outfielders are. I can get to third base. So it's great base running, great read off of the bat. That's how you teach it. So just one of those little things the White Sox have done so well to give them a chance to win ball games this year is something just like that, what Vargas just did.
Big at bat here for Mydroth in a 0-0 game. middle infielders back for two. First and third, one out. The pitch. Called strike.
Montgomery getting about the smallest lead you possibly can. It almost looks like he's trying to stick so close, even with his secondary, that he can get back on the line drive to first base.
Hauser ready. Here's an 0-1. Swing a little tap in front of the plate. Vargas is going to hold. The throw goes to first. And Mydroth is out. That's what, about the third ball hit like that, as Hauser getting a lot of weak contact on the ground right back to him. Second and third, two down.
Had Murakami do it in the first and in the fourth to start this inning off, and now again, Mydroth.
So it's up to Benintendi with two in scoring position.
Well, Benintendi's been good in these situations. 308 is the batting average with runners in scoring position.
That's always been a good number for him. And he swings and whacks a line drive. It'll be caught out in right by Gilbert.
There you go. Your example of hitting the ball hard and the defense is in the right spot.
I got a number on
and have turned 1060 West Addison Street, aka Wrigley Field, into the hottest address in baseball. This week, the Cubbies flew the W for the 15th straight time, their longest home winning streak since 08. And they're winning in dramatic fashion.
Dansby's going to score. The Cubs are going to walk off the red. 4-ball game. 3 straight walk-off wins in the series against Cincinnati.
At the center of it all is Nico Horner, flat out playing like the best second baseman in baseball. Shota Imanaga has been one of the game's best on the hill with a sub-2.5 ERA. With PCA doing PCA things in the field and a solid bullpen, this Cubs team looks built for the long haul. The NL Central has been baseball's toughest division. Will the Cubbies' home field advantage be the difference in the chase for the division crown?
You're out of there, leaky store brands. When all else fails, try North Shore Adult Diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit NorthShore.com.
I'd like to welcome our listeners tuned in on Fox Sports Decatur, 1050 a.m. 0-0 fourth inning. Eric Fetty to Luis Arraez. And a called strike. So facing Arraez for the first time. Hudson opened and retired the first 4 Giants. Arraez takes low.
Arraez is tricky. Yesterday, his first couple of at-bats, he took first pitches, and then his last couple of at-bats, he was whacking the first pitch.
He looks at a high cutter. Count now 2-1 on the 3-time All-Star. He's won 3 batting titles. 3 straight years. There's a swing and a fly ball, pretty well hit out into right center. A lot of room out there, and Kelnick can't make the catch. It's going to get all the way to the wall out in Triple's alley. It'll be a 3-base hit for Arraez. Lead off triple. Luis Arraez. That's his 3rd triple of the year.
Jared just had a little trouble reading that one, it looked like to me. He never took his eye off the ball to go get it. He thought he can get to it by chasing it. And then in the end, it became, oh no, I'm not quite there where I need to be. And he dove. Well, he actually reached and fell on his stomach after he reached for it, but just didn't get back to a ball that was, well, to me, he's good enough to make the play.
It's 4:15 in that Triple's alley. Called strike on Casey Schmidt. Infield in, runner at third, nobody out. Giants trying to take the lead for the first time in the series. Called strike 2.
There's that sweeper you were talking about that's so valuable for Eric.
Big chance for the Giants here. Runner at third, no outs. Arai still putting on his running gloves. The 0-2. In the dirt, good knockdown by Romo. 1-2.
Hate to see them, right after we had a runner at third base and 1 out, turn around the next inning and, well, score like it's no big deal when we struggled to do it.
Betty's 1-2. Schmidt fouls upstairs. Ball carrying back on down to the main grandstand area. Schmidt's got a slightly closed stance, and he swings. It's a fly ball to right. Kelnick will drift back on the warning track, and he's got it. And Arise will tag and trot home. Sacrifice fly, Casey Schmidt. And it's 1-0 San Francisco.
Just when you pointed out that closed stance, he hits one the other way with that closed stance by design.
So base is empty, a run in. Here's Devers with 1 out. And he hits a hard smash fair past first base. It'll kick right to Kelnick, and Devers has a long single. That ball hit the diagonal sidewall and deflected right to the right fielder.
Thank goodness. Yeah, he hit that cutter that was in on him. He kept it fair somehow. You could tell he was looking to pull the ball, and he led with his hands, which let the barrel not get out and around the ball.
So he's at first, and that'll bring up Chapman. And Matt fouls. With some exceptions, the Giants the last 20 years feels like veteran-laden rosters.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Seems to be the theme for this organization is they're always going to go find veteran players that they feel are good, sound players, not necessarily just superstars, but good at what they do and have had good careers, but they catch them toward the tail end.
There's a swing and a ground ball. That'll get into right. And Devers will try to make third. Kelnick's going to throw, and it's late. And also, Chapman ends up at second as a result. A good base running by the Giants. And they have him at second and third now.
Kelnick with a strong throwing arm, but one that you don't want to see him miss the cutoff man right there. And I was a little surprised to see Devers trying to take third base on him, to be honest with you. He looked up there and saw that he could, so he just pushed the envelope and got in there no problem ahead of the throw.
And on his slide, that front leg, the heel really dug into the dirt, and he almost tumbled over, but had a fairly graceful landing. So it's a single for Chapman. He advanced on the throw. Zach Bove just made a mound visit, and that'll bring up the catcher, Susak. Wind has shifted again. A little left to right. The pitch. Line drive. Base hit left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Chapman. He's going to score. 2-run single, Daniel Susak. And it's 3-0.
He wasted no time. Almost like he was reading the mind of the pitcher. Hey, you're going to challenge me with something in. I'm going to turn on it. Previous at-bats, aside from Devers, Yankee went down the right field line. You can see the right-handers have been thinking go the other way. Not that time.
Boy, what a start to the career of Daniel Susak. Now batting .400 in 16 games with the Giants. They lead 3-0. Here's Eldridge, and he takes a strike. They have 6 hits now, 4 in this inning alone. Fetty's 0-1, low and outside.
Well, you can say that they set the tone with the leadoff triple, but that was brought home quick with a sac fly, so there was nobody on base after that. And then they've stacked together 3 straight hits.
Got 2 separate rallies.
Yes.
A 1-1. Fouled on the ground behind the plate. I think that clipped a piece of Romo, so the home plate umpire Krupa giving him a little extra time.
Weather-wise, beautiful day for baseball. Shadows not an issue. Clear blue sky. Breeze to cool things down when you're sitting down there in the sun.
1-2 is fouled.
The only thing that's bad is the 3-0 score for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Really like to put a stop to this right now. White Sox in the 4th last night scored 9 to take a big lead. The Giants in the bottom of the 4th today with 3. Called strike 3, and Eldridge thought it was low. Giants have their last challenge here.
He is 6'7".
Yep, and it is low. So he got it right. And they keep their remaining challenge. Yeah, it was 2.5 inches low.
See, if it was 6'4", that would have been a strike.
Yeah, he's 6'7". 2-2. A swing and a little bloop. Base hit right field.
What a quick turn of events from heading to the dugout to standing on first base.
So Susak at second, Eldridge at first, and the batter is Bader.
Boy, that's 4 straight base hits. Like you said, this is where you just need to get off the hook. Last time Bader was up, he did him a favor, hitting to a double play.
The pitch to Bader is popped up. This will get foul and out of play. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago White Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago White Sox. Bader whiffs on a sweeper, 0-2. Fetty trying to somewhat limit the damage. Already 3-0. The 0-2. Check swing, and he committed. And Bader strikes out, 2 away.
And let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up June 5th through the 7th. It's encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today.
The batter is Drew Gilbert.
You don't feel bad if you're giving up 3 runs today. But like you said, you got to end things right here for the Giants.
There's a strike. Boy, Willie Adames is no more than 16, 17 feet from home plate.
Yep.
Way in front of the on-deck circle.
Yep. That's just crazy. Never in my life would you have caught me there.
There's a high cutter, 1-1.
I mean, he literally, where he was standing is have a conversation with the catcher in a low-toned voice. It's like, hey, man, how's it going? Catcher will be like, I'm doing well. You're pretty close, though.
There's a swing and a chop back to Fetty. He'll glove it. And underhand toss to first. It's an 8-batter, 3-run fourth. The Giants lead.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
High in the air, making the catch. Second baseman Cole Young.
To his left, Rocchio glove spinning throw in the dirt. Got him!
Swung on and wide. A diving play by Sogard.
Infield may have a play on the track. He reaches into the dugout, flips into the dugout. He's got the ball in his glove. It's an out. They'll send the runner. Massa, not much of an arm. The tag is hit time. Ground ball. Diving stop put in to second one.
Hard ground ball to the hole, handled by Rose from deep in the hole. He throws out Mayo.
And now a bunt. Popped up. Valenzuela makes the play. And Rengifo around first. Here's his throw to second. On the money. I don't know that anybody does it better than he'd have.
Caught by Shadowell. Leaping grab to Rob Soderstrom. Trying to make a shoestring catch. He's got it. Peters
makes the catch. What a play.
That's in the shallow left field. Run down by Pena. Dive.
Advantage Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
This is the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network on Chicago's home for sports. ESPN Chicago.
Back in our Bell Tire broadcast booth at Oracle Park in San Francisco, top 5. Sox trail the Giants 3-0. Kelnick, Peters, and Romo against Adrian Hauser, who's been sharp. Kelnick takes strike 1.
Well, there was a time earlier in this season, days like this, you're like, oh, man, we got a problem. It's 3-0. You don't really feel that way with this White Sox team anymore.
The 0-1, and Jarrett hits a deep drive left field, way back there, and it's off the wall. Kelnick's got a double to lead off the 5th.
Well, that just missed being a home run. High off the left field wall by a couple of feet. Absolutely crushed it. And you already pointed out the winds are changing here today. That's kind of blowing that ball out. So the left fielder, Schmidt, really couldn't get back there and make a play on it at all.
Second double for Kelnick. It's sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's favorite vodka for a reason. Distilled and bottled by Fifth Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly. Peters, check swing strike.
It's not a leadoff triple like the Giants started with in the 4th, but we got a man out there. We can get him over, get him in, and eat into that deficit of 3 runs.
I'd like to see the bottom of the order get it done. Peters takes low.
You know, that's one of the things we can say when you mention the bottom of the order for the White Sox. It's really not been an issue. You don't think of it that way because they've all contributed.
Hauser ready. Here comes the pitch. It's fouled. And it's 1-2.
I find it interesting because you've got Peters, a guy that was only basically bunting every game once or twice to give an effort. And in this situation where the bunt really could be beneficial, he's swinging the bat.
The 1-2. Fouled.
You know, I think sometimes guys overthink it. It's like, okay, I'm swinging the bat well. I'm going to drive him in by hooking the ball through the right side. In the end, we're in the 5th inning. You've got to get that man over and try and get him in. And you could try and put down a base hit bunt and maybe be safe doing so.
1-2. Way inside. He almost hit Peters. That was a sinker that had a lot of hair on it. 2-2.
It was fluffy for sure.
96.
Yes.
Now a 2-2. Peters stays alive by fouling. Adrian is an Oklahoma native. He was drafted by the Astros way back in 2011. He's now 33 years old. Got to the major leagues in 2015 with Milwaukee. Nice guy. We enjoyed having him for half the year last year. 2-2. He is lined and a base hit out into right. Kelnick had to hold up to make sure it got over Arise, so he'll only advance to third. They're at the corners with nobody out.
Got him over and got the bonus with the base hit, but again, to the point of putting down maybe a bunt base hit. You know, you get him over and maybe you're safe. It could have done that a long time ago. Just, hey, there's a bunt hit. I'm safe at first. He's at third. Same result on the swinging line drive.
I think Kelnick also slightly slowed by that sore back. He didn't look quite 100% when he picked up that double. Went well enough to be in the lineup. Here's Drew Romo. They'll play back for 2 on the infield. And he takes outside.
Need a good at-bat right here from Drew. Just need to look around the field and kind of play a little pepper with an area where you stay out of the double play.
The pitch. Grounded foul. He kind of lunged for a good changeup. Just nicked it. Romo struck out swinging in the third inning. Hauser normally works pretty quickly. He's set. The 1-1. Called strike, a pitcher strike, sinker near the low outside corner. 1-2 on Romo, and he'll get a timeout.
It'll be interesting. I'm curious. I'm unable to think along with Hauser, but if he tries to tie him up after that pitch was down and away.
Here it comes. Swing and a foul.
And it was on his hands. The catcher shifted right to the inside corner and said, throw it right here on his hands.
And he kind of missed his spot, but he got away with it as he had Romo in protect mode. Still 1-2. The pitch. Inside. So that is, I think, where he wanted the previous pitch. Romo took that one for ball 2. 2-2.
Might go slow and low with that changeup now. Try and get him to roll over on a ground ball.
2-2 is high and wide.
It was supposed to be down in the way, and it was the changeup. Just the location wasn't there.
LaHare chats with Peters at first. The 3-2. Swinging a ground ball into right. Kelnick is in. Peters to third. And a throw all the way from right by Gilbert to third base, but Romo unable to advance to second. So they just kind of swap spots on the diamond. It's 3-1. They're on the board on an RBI hit by Romo. Still nobody out. And before Antonacci bats, we get a mound visit from Justin Message, their pitching coach.
Hey, join us in celebrating your favorite fuzzy green dude's birthday. Head to the ballpark Sunday, May 31st, as the White Sox take on the Tigers at 1:10. Get pregame access to South Paul's birthday party in the patio when you purchase a specially priced ticket. Limited availability.
I want to underscore the point about 7, 8, 9 with 3 consecutive hits to open this inning. If you're looking at the White Sox as an opposing team, you're going, okay, you know, Antonacci gets on a lot. Murakami, Vargas, Montgomery, those are the big guys. And you feel like if you can get past them, you've got a fighting chance. But if the bottom does damage, now you're talking.
Well, that's it. That's the point. You mentioned that, the bottom of the lineup for the White Sox in particular, really, they have been getting the job done all year long. I mean, since we started winning, that is.
Antonacci, it's a hard one. Hopper diving stab by Adames near second. They'll get an out there.
Wow.
A run will score. That is a great play by Adames. Antonacci will get an RBI on a fielder's choice as Peters scores, and it's now 3-2 San Francisco.
That is a great play by Adames because not only was it hard, it took a hop up in the air while he was in flight trying to cut it off. He had to move his glove up in the air to snag it.
That's the first out. Here's Murakami with Antonacci at first. It's a 1-run game. The pitch. Called strike. They've got a left-hander up. Matt Gage. loosening in the Giants bullpen. Hauser on an 0-1. And he's going to throw to first instead. The bullpens here are just to the left and right of straightaway center. And when this park was built, the bullpens were basically in play. So they shortened the fences out there a little bit. And it's still not an easy park to hit a home run. The 0-1 is high, 1-1.
Hey, you got this ballpark considered not a hitter-friendly ballpark in the sense of power. Same thing down in San Diego. Another one of those ballparks that they built to favor the pitching.
The pitch, low. This park built on a very small footprint right off the bay here in San Francisco, and the quirks of it really make it unique in the best of ways. The 2-1 coming. Murakami takes low. 3-1.
This is go time. If you're Murakami and you're thinking fastball out of here to left center field, he makes one mistake with something hanging, you just crush it to right center, but be ready to attack the fastball the other way.
The pitch is hit in the air but foul, off to the left and out of play. Long way to go. We're in the fifth inning. It's 3-2 Giants. They put up 3 in the fourth. The Sox coming right back with a couple and still batting. 3-2, check swing, and he went. It would have been ball 4, but he went after an outside fastball, and that's a strikeout. And it'll bring up Vargas. The bullpens here originally were on the field of play before they were moved beyond the center field fence.
Which is crazy.
Vargas swings and misses. There was a story that went around that they forgot about the bullpens, and that's why they were on the field, but I don't believe that is true. That was just a legend.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Long hold by Hauser. The 0-1 to Vargas. And it is a ball, and it gets past the catcher, Susak. And I think he just kind of whiffed on that low sinker. That might be a pass ball. Yeah, just didn't catch it.
You got that right.
So Antonacci, the tying run now in scoring position.
Okay, it changes your thought process. If you're Vargas, you went from trying to drive the ball because he's on first, needing extra bases, to now needing to just get it out of the infield.
The 1-1 fouled on the screen behind the plate.
It looked like Vargas was thinking hit it to right field there. Unfortunately, it came up empty.
One and two. Here it comes. A swing and a line drive out toward left center. Bader can't get it. Tie game. Antonacci's in. Vargas has a double. It's 3-3.
Well, how about that? He didn't even need the man in scoring position to drive him in. He would have scored from first anyway. He had a rocket deep into that gap. It looked like for a minute that Bader had a beat on it, but then the ball just kind of sailed away from him, and he never had a chance to get to it.
That double sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, and it will knock the starter out of the game. Tony Vitello will make a pitching change. 3-3, fifth inning. We're back after this on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Do you need home financing?
Walker going back over near the track, on the track, near the wall, and makes the catch. The out. He robbed a home run. That ball really carried.
Doesn't hurt having a 6'6" right fielder. Schwarber swings, launches it deep right field. It's on its way. And Kyle Schwarber over the Phillies bullpen, his major league leading 18th of the year.
And man, was that a loud sound coming off the bat of Kyle Schwarber.
That's in the air, and it's a long run for McGonigal. He is there. What an amount of ground to cover, man.
J.J. Bleday all day long. Homers in back-to-back ABs.
Well, the Reds needed a little joy around here, and J.J. Bleday has provided just that.
And that's driven to right field. Back goes McKinstry near the wall. It's out of here. A.J. Ewing with his first major league home run.
His fan base is falling in love, and it's easy to fall in love right now with A.J. Ewing. Congratulations to him.
It is 33-year-old lefty Matt Gage, who was drafted by the Giants. He is back with them after appearing for Toronto, Houston, and Detroit. He's been good this year. This is his 25th appearance. He's got a 1.86 ERA. 3-3 in the fifth. Vargas is at second. He just tied it. And the batter is Colson Montgomery. Here's the pitch by Gage. And it is ball one on a fastball, 90 miles an hour, and a little bit off the outside. He works from the third base side of the rubber. He's got a little funk. Swing and a miss, 1-1. He looks like he hides the ball pretty well.
Well, I would say yes to that, Len, because you look at this setup and I don't know what's going on. He comes to a set position and his chest is facing the base runner at second base. He's showing the batter nothing but his numbers. And he never looks at home plate until he's already started his delivery.
1-1. Swung on and missed on a high fastball.
This is kind of messed up. It's not a delivery you see very often. And right now Colson's trying to figure it out.
Ball one, strike two on Montgomery. Gage fires away. Low on a changeup.
As hard as it is for the left-handed batter to see the ball, a right-hander on the other side of the plate with this lefty and his back turned, you can't see anything. Ball is just on its way by the time he's facing you.
2-2. Called strike three on a sinker at 93. But the White Sox get three. And
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Just when we think we've seen it all, baseball gives us something new to talk about.
Splits two defenders and makes a great grab.
The kick is good. Right through the flying uprights. Whoa, went down inside his chest protector.
That's not a catch?
Make way for Batman.
People would love this if we did Lady in the Tramp.
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove.
He flips the entire glove to first base.
Fast and furious and dead on.
Now let's dive into this week's top plays.
Is pulled and a leaping grab by Shoebake. Carson Bench with a pulchritudinous play. Moving fast toward big league stardom. Randy Rosarena! Superman catch! What a leaping grab by Quan.
And those 39-year-old legs are still cooking.
Oh, are you kidding me, Petey? Help it! Oh, hey now, hey now. What a play by Ryan McMahon. How about that?
All
your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's 3-3 in San Fran as we head to the bottom of the fifth when we bring you our White Sox Twitter poll question. Len, DJ, whenever you're ready.
Let's do it.
All right. The question today. Who from our broadcast crew would be most likely to join the tarps off trend sweeping MLB?
Willie Adames takes low and outside. DJ.
No, good. Give us the list.
It would be Len Casper, Darren Jackson, or myself, Jeff Meller.
What about Brendan?
He created the poll.
Yeah, so he won't put himself in it. Swinging a pop fly, shallow center. Peters will make the catch. I'll go DJ.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to go Jeff.
Jeff?
Len, you seem like the type of man who has this written all over him. However, Len, it's you and me getting 40% of the vote. I'm stunned,
Let's put it this way. Everyone has their price, but mine is a little too rich.
Yeah, they've heard me. They've heard me say, what are we doing? Put your shirts back on. They know I'm out.
One down, Arise takes a strike. I would imagine the fans will do it back in Chicago next week. It is making its rounds throughout the league. Arise takes low. So I have no problem with it, but I will not be participating.
I'm with you.
1-1. Outside miss. 2 balls and a strike. So Fetty gave up the 3 and the 4th, but his team got all 3 right back. And his 2-1 is whacked out into center field for a base hit. So Arise, with 4 hits in the series, 2 today, is on with 1 away. And here's Casey Schmidt.
Well, he's a hitting machine. Doesn't really matter what you're trying to do against Arise. It's up to him to just hopefully hit it at somebody. But by the way he usually hits the ball label high, it's just he's got a full swing, soft contact, and it's not at defenders because of that.
The pitch to Schmidt is right in there for a strike. Royals lead the Mariners 5-0. They're in the 6th inning in Kansas City. Royals went into that one 11 under 500. Long hold by Eric, the 0-1 pitch. Off the inside. Left-handed starters tomorrow. Noah Schultz for the Sox and Robbie Ray for the Giants. 1-1 coming. Swing and a deep drive left field. That's major trouble, and it's a 2-run homer for Casey Schmidt, his team-leading 10th, and it's 5-3 San Francisco.
Well, he got all of that. There was no doubt about it, and he stood there after contact, letting everybody know, I'm not to start running yet. Looked like it was just a cutter right there, thigh high.
So they've got the lead back, and that'll bring up Devers. Devers takes a strike.
That is now 6 home runs that Eric has allowed over his last 4 outings.
The 0-1. And it missed, and Devers checked his swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. It's high. It's like a right-hander is up in the White Sox bullpen, although Looks like he's just stretching, not throwing yet. The pitch hit in the air, but it's a slicer to left, and it'll be foul and into the seats.
You kind of look at it with the 3-3 tie, the way the game was coming into this inning. The White Sox were going to have to score again no matter what. Now it's just, they got to score at least 3.
2-2 is hit in the air out into deep center, but playable for Tristan Peters, and he'll make the grab on the warning track. So 2 down. That'll bring up Chapman.
I really like the way the White Sox have been able to patiently kind of outlast their opponents. They've given up some runs in a lot of games, but somehow they just keep chipping away and take leads.
There's a strike on a cutter to Chapman. The pitch popped up. Left side of the infield. Sun is an issue here. Vargas will not make the catch. It's a fair ball. It drops in the outfield grass, and Chapman's going to end up at second base.
Yeah, that's one normally the shortstop will take charge of. It's a tougher play for the third baseman going straight back. Montgomery got right over there, but it looked like he was battling the sun and decided, you know what, I'm going to leave that to my third baseman. So they both were in a situation where it was not easy, it wasn't routine, but I do believe it's still easier for the shortstop than the third baseman.
That'll be a double. That's their 10th hit. And the batter is the dangerous Susak, and he takes low.
You know, the word has always been, you get a hit on something like that, a ball that could have been caught by 2 people, because you can't give an error to a guy when he can't see the ball.
I think the wind was an issue, too. I think it was sun and the wind was playing tricks with it. Susak takes low, ball 2. Daniel's older brother, Andrew, was a catcher for the Giants. Came up in 2014, later with Milwaukee, Baltimore, and the Pirates. The 2-0 is inside, ball 3. Here it comes. And it's inside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk.
Been a tough outing for Eric. This is just his 3rd inning of work. So, you know, you'd love to have had him settle in nicely by now.
Zach Bove will make a mound visit. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of the White Sox this season. Every time the Sox turn a double play at home, Steinhoffels donates $200 to Special Spaces to help create dream bedrooms for children battling cancer. Still don't see anybody throwing in the bullpen. And the batter is Bryce Eldridge. 5-3 Giants, 5th inning.
Yeah, it's a game you feel like you're still in, but you don't want this to get busted wide open by this strong left-handed hitting batter for the Giants.
Eldridge takes low. He's 2 for 2.
Just 21 years of age, but he's 6'7", 251 pounds.
Second career 2-hit game for him already. And he takes ball 2, so that's 6 straight misses by Fetty. Might be Jordan Leisure in the bullpen. Just rejoined the club from Charlotte. And he's playing catch. Called strike 2-1 on Eldridge. Chapman at second. Susak at first. Casey Schmidt hit a home run earlier in the inning. Called strike 2-2.
There's always going to be talk of how there's a big advantage for all players now with the analytics, with the video, with everything that helps them try and compete. But basically, it's always been available in the game.
2-2 is off the plate outside, 3-2.
I'm not talking about video and the analytics of today, but there was conversation and visuals and descriptions of everything that you were going to face.
3-2, and it's outside ball 4 to load the bases. That'll bring up Harrison Bader.
Bader's a guy that he can choose to try and hit the ball through the right side, drive in a couple, or he could think about trying to hit into left field seats.
He is 0 for 2 against Fetty today, and now Romo will walk toward the mound. This might be just to buy time.
Yeah.
I think Eric knows it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here comes the manager. You could just sense it.
Yeah.
So we've got a pitching change. 5th inning, Giants 5. White Sox 3. It'll be Leisure coming on when we come back on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Want to live life at max volume? Then look no further than Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana.
Two-run double.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Thai Cubs.
These are Thai Cubs.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Jordan Leisure, right back from AAA, and jumps into the big spot. Sox down 5-3, bottom of the 5th, and the Giants have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And the batter is Harrison Bader. Leisure replacing Jordan Hicks, who's now on the IL with a lat strain. And the pitch. Bader takes outside on a fastball. It's a right lat strain for Hicks. The 1-0. Popped up on the infield. And foul territory. That ball's going to drop foul. The third baseman and the catcher, Vargas and Romo respectively, were looking at each other, and neither had a beat on where that ball was. So that's the second ball to drop in the inning. Thankfully, that was foul.
Well, I understand one time that happening in an inning, but 2 times, that literally almost hit Vargas on top of his head and landed right next to his right foot. Communication has to happen way before a ball like that is hit. You have to let somebody else know before it's hit. You've got to take everything in that area, so you are not put in that position.
1-1 coming. It's outside on a slider.
It was a gift because Bader swung at ball 2 anyway on a high fastball. I mean, this is a situation for Jordan Leisure where it's really tough to come in with the bases loaded, no wiggle room to walk a guy.
Bader takes high. It's 3-1. That should be a team error, by the way. There's no play there, but the pitcher made a pitch, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Should have been an out.
Well, again, if communication is better before that ball's hit, somebody catches that ball.
3-1. Swing and a fly ball. Deep center. And it is a grand slam for Harrison Bader. Oh, man. Thought he was out on a foul out. The ball dropped, and a couple of pitches later, he just hit a 4-run homer, and it's 9-3.
Well, unfortunately, you can't recover from something happening twice in the same game. Pop-ups in the sun, that's part of the game. But being prepared for the pop-up in the sun is the answer. You have to be prepared. If it can happen to you once, it can happen to you twice, but it shouldn't.
5th homer of the year for Bader. And the struggles for Leisure continue. That's now the 6th home run he has allowed in just over 16 big league innings this season. The batter is Drew Gilbert. 9-3 San Francisco, and the first pitch is low.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Get the out here and then go have a little fun offensively.
Pitch misses for ball 2 on a fastball.
And we know we've already seen the team has flipped down glasses to battle the sun. We've seen that already earlier in the year with Mydroth.
2-0 inside. The 3-0 from Leisure. Called strike.
I don't know what you think, but I consider that personally a mental mistake. It's not a physical mistake, because if you have the flip downs, if you've already communicated, then nothing goes wrong on something like that, and you're out of the inning.
Yeah. Swing and a line shot out into deep right center, and it'll be Peters to make the running catch. Yeah, one of those definitely has to be caught, and it costs.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Bonds would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
And it's steinhoppels.com.
Diving stop. Nothing gets through. And nothing stops leaks like North Shore adult diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
Top of the 6, Sox in a big hole. They're down 9-3. Gage to Mydroth, and he attempts a bunt. He pops it up. It'll get over the backstop and out of play. Behind home plate, the heart of the lineup brought to you by Northwestern Medicine. Home to Illinois' top-ranked heart and vascular program for 18 straight years by U.S. News and World Report. The 0-1. Swung on and rolled into left field. That's the leadoff single for Chase Mydroth.
Nice job by trying to bunt. Third baseman had to come in some. No chance of cutting that off when you hit it to his left that far. He can't get over there now. So I think that first bunt effort helped him out a bit there.
Here is Andrew Benintendi. And he fouls.
Got a pretty hittable slider up in the zone right there. That's one where he'll probably say, oh, throw that one more time. Give me a chance.
Runner at first, nobody out. Interesting how Devers is holding the runner. Benintendi takes low. A lot of first basemen now will play off the bag. But Devers has his right foot right on that corner, and he's kind of stretching with that other leg toward the pitcher's mound. The 1-1 is off the outside corner.
Still wondering how comfortable he might be there. He transitioned to first base last year.
Well, he made two great plays last night.
Yep.
Was charged with an error later on a bobble. The 2-1 to Benintendi is fouled.
Benintendi's had a couple of good pitches in this at bat to hit. He's unfortunately fouling them straight back off the screen.
Nine runs, 11 hits for the Giants. 3 runs on 8 for the Sox. 2-2. He struck him out, foul tip on a high changeup. 1 away. Let's pause 10 for ID on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network. Randall Grichuk's going to hit for Kelnick against the lefty Gage.
Have a little meeting on the mound, the pitcher and the catcher, to go over what they should be doing with Grichuk. You know, this is one of those at-bats for Will Venable is like, you know what, I'm getting the most out of every at-bat that I can in this game. I'm not going to save this guy for later. If we get back in the game, then put him in there. It's like, no, if he can pop one out of here right now, that makes it a 9-5 game.
Yep, when the outs start to dwindle, you're already down 6, so why wait? And you know, Vitello's not going to make a counter move here. And Grichuk takes outside. Sox have 4 pinch hit home runs.
And Grichuk has 2 of them.
Derek Hill has a couple.
Absolutely.
Runner on first, 1 out. The pitch, it's high. Ball 2. Nine to 3 Giants. The Sox took the opener 9-4 last night. The 2-0. It's a strike. I've been watching Randall Grichuk for well over a decade, and I just didn't realize how big he is being around him in the clubhouse. 2-1 is hit in the air down the right field side, but this will be off the netting as Gilbert gave it a go, but couldn't get there in time.
And when you say big, you're talking about how muscular.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like he's
tall, but I mean sturdy.
Yes. Yeah, you can tell he spends a little time in the weight room.
Mydroth at first. Gage on a 2-2 to Grichuk. Fouled. Arise is right on that boundary. There's an imaginary line that goes through the corners, the east-west corners of second base toward the outfield. And Arise has to be to the right of that.
Yep.
And he is right at the edge of it.
Yes, he is.
The pitch. And a swinging strike three. Tried to check on a low slider and could not. 2 down. Now Derek Hill's going to hit for Peters.
Still, even though we've had success off the bench this year as pinch hitters, toughest job you can be asked to do. You get one at bat coming off that bench to be successful. In this case, that is as a pinch hitter. Now, they will stay in the game and play defense, but that's a different story. That's when they're in the game after the fact.
Pitcher and catcher will talk it over. I always like when you get a pinch hitter and then you have a really long inning and that guy comes up again.
Yes.
In the inning, he's no longer a pinch hitter, but he doesn't have a position.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Can't pinch hit for yourself if you've already been up in that inning.
Right. Although Ohtani might be able to.
Yeah.
Because he's a two-way player.
Yes.
Yeah. Derek Hill grounds foul. We often say with pitchers, it's really no longer the case. He'll hit for himself, when really we probably should have just said he'll bat.
Absolutely.
It's a little redundant to say you're hitting for yourself.
Yes.
One strike on Hill. The pitch, and he wanted to bunt, and he pulled it back and took a low one, 1-1. A shifting wind today at the moment. It's blowing straight out towards center field. Matt Gage ready to work. Here's his 1-1. And it's up and in on a fastball. Two balls and a strike. Overall, Derek with 3 home runs, batting .232. The pitch, swing and a miss. 2-2.
A little tardy on the fastball upstairs. Looking at the flag, the wind has been doing all kinds of crazy things today, blowing in, blowing out, blowing across.
Hill will get a timeout. Giants led 3-0. Sox came right back to tie it, and then the Giants had 2 big home runs in the 5th and lead by 6. The pitch. He struck him out swinging, so he just stayed with the fastball up. And that did the job against Hill. After the Mydroth single.
And Langoliers puts a charge into this. He vaporizes it to left. Way gone. His 100th of his career comes at a welcome time. It's a 2-run game.
That ball was absolutely hammered. That ball became a star in the night.
Well, that is dad power right there by Langoliers. I think that's superhuman power. That's the power of the force for Langoliers, the chosen one tonight.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
White Sox trail 9-3 in the bottom of the sixth when we bring you our Gateway to the Booth, brought to you by the City of Countryside, Chicago's Western Gateway. It's an Ask DJ Day whenever you're ready, Mr. Jackson.
Well, I'm almost ready, except for so is the batter and pitcher. So Jordan Leisure is set, and the first pitch of the inning is in tight. Leadoff man Willie Adames stands in. He's 0 for 3. He's hitting to a fielder's choice. He's hit a little soft line drive to second base, and he's flied to center field in this 9-3 lead for the San Francisco Giants over your Sox. Swinging a foul straight back off the screen. Jeff, go ahead.
Richie in Mount Greenwood wants to know, DJ, what's one baseball fundamental that you think has declined over the years?
Flip down glasses.
Catching pop-ups.
Well, hold on. If there's one that's right at the top of the strike zone in the count now, 1-2 on Adames. Not catching pop-ups, but yeah, I would say, if you're talking about fundamentals, it's probably the lack of backing each other up the way you used to, and also there's the mandatory always running hard thing that used to be part of the game that's not enforced. The White Sox do all those things well, I will say that, but not every other team.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Adames is out. One away in the 6th, the Rise coming up.
Yeah, I think, we're seeing kind of a shift in baseball where expectation of the game fundamentally is coming back to where you're supposed to do all the little things right. I've gone away for a little while where my guys don't have to run hard, we don't bunt, we don't get them over.
Swinging a sharp ground ball, backhanded by Mydroth, cross the body throw, and it's Murakami at the other end. A 4-3 ground out, 2 quick outs. That'll bring up Schmidt, who hit the go-ahead homer in the 5th inning.
But in a perfect ballet of baseball, what you want to see every team doing is movement on every ball. Ground ball to second base, you should look around the field and everybody is in motion just in case the play's not made right.
Yep. Schmidt takes high. Yeah, you like to say everybody has a place to be when a ball is in play.
That's it. Ground ball to first base. The left fielder's got a job to come in and back up second in case he misses it. And then there's a throw into second that goes past.
Schmidt takes a strike on a slider, 1-1.
Ground ball to first base, the center fielder. He's not standing there with his hands on his knees going, oh, he's got it. No, you have to back up second in case something crazy happens and it caroms out to you on a throw into second base. You have to be somewhere. Right fielder's backing up the first baseman.
There's a swing and a base hit out into left center. Schmidt continues his fine afternoon. Couple of hits, 3 knocked in. And that'll keep the inning alive for Devers. Minnesota leads Boston 4-1 in the 7th. Kansas City still shutting out Seattle 5-zip in the 8th. Underway in Philly. Guardians and Phillies 0-0 in the 1st. Detroit was postponed at Baltimore. Devers takes high from Leisure. And Devers will get an early timeout in this at bat. A stretch and 1-0. Here it is. Swing and a miss.
You've described the stance of Devers earlier in the game, but think about it. I mean, his position, his setup, when he gets set, I mean, your legs can get tired for holding that position for a long time. He's in a lunge position.
1-1, and he pops it up near home plate. Romo, Murakami, and it drops. And the throw to first is late to Mydroth. That's the 3rd infield pop-up that hasn't been caught.
Well, you can only say so much. I mean, it's not the windy conditions. It's the lack of preparation of dealing with what's about to happen. You got the catcher and the batter. You got Devers that was literally standing at home plate on a pop-up that almost landed by the mound.
Too bad Romo didn't run into him.
That's a good point. Devers just kind of just got out of the way when Romo was trying to look straight up at home plate and maybe field it, but it was out by the mound, and Devers was standing at home plate, and he realized, oh, no, that's a fair ball. He took off, and, well, by all rights, he should be out.
Now, the White Sox have challenged the call at first. Meidroth went over to cover, so good job by Murakami to at least recover, pick up that ball, and throw to first, and I think he might be out. White Sox just saw the replay, and they're walking off the field.
Well, it's a great effort in recovery by Murakami, but it's going to be one of those where if they don't freeze frame it and see the ball is in the back of the glove, they're going to say it stands.
I think he's going to be out.
I think so. From what we're seeing here on the big screen, I think his foot is just inches from touching the bag while it's in the back of the glove. What a great finish by Meidroth, to be honest with you. I mean, what are we talking about? But it's close. It's so close that they might even say we can't tell. Wow. What a great effort by Murakami after the fact, and also by Meidroth to get a foot on the bag and catch that. So athletic.
And as you said, Devers probably should have been safe by 10 miles. Well, he just kind of stood there and didn't. I don't know if he just didn't know where the ball was.
Well, I'll say this. When that ball went straight up, the catcher looked like he had it in the foul territory, and the batter was looking at him and looking straight up.
Well, we're in San Francisco where the wind...
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. I mean, your job when you hit a pop-up is to run. Just run to first base. It's not to have this happen. Well, there's been a lot of ugly on high pop-ups. I mean, I think that should be the plan for all batters. Hit it high in the infield. Well, at least with the White Sox on defense right now. And the White Sox have no excuse. They deal with the wind that's worse than this in Chicago.
This review taking a little extra time.
I have a feeling this is just going to stand.
Here we go. Chris Guccione.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out.
Oh, right. Never mind.
So a unique 3-4 putout. And the Giants don't score. We go to the 7th. San Francisco.
Swinging a high fly ball, left field, that's deep, backing up Collins, backing up, it carries, and it is gone. Home run, Wilson Contreras, number 10.
Look at it, started outer half, right down the middle of the plate, can't miss that one, he does not, and hits it a long way.
The Red Sox at last break through. 2-run bomb for the Red Sox first baseman. That went 435 feet. Second longest home run of the season for the Red Sox.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards. Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
Broadcast booth at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Giants 9, Sox 3. 7th inning, Drew Romo batting right-handed. will face Sam Hentges, a left-hander we used to see a lot with Cleveland. And the pitch to Romo is a strike. Hentges 6'8", 255, making his 6th appearance. He has not been charged with a run to this point. Called strike. He missed all of last year after left shoulder surgery in September of 24. And during his rehab, he had right knee surgery in August of last season. But he's back, this time with the Giants. 0-2, low.
This is that part of the game. Every man for themselves. Have a little fun with it offensively now.
A 1-2 into close. Two inside.
Last two takes by Romo are good. Like he's seen the ball pretty well.
So 3-2 on Drew Romo. The pitch. Inside and a leadoff walk. Good start to the 7th. Antonacci coming to bat. In that game at Boston, benches cleared as a couple, I believe, former Cubs teammates came together at home plate. Wilson Contreras was scoring a run, and he kind of ran over Victor Caratini. And the benches ended up clearing. Ball one is high on Antonacci. It's kind of what you get with Wilson Contreras. He is a fiery competitor.
Yeah.
Sam takes a strike.
Kind of, you lean toward the Michael Jackson song. You want to be starting something. Yeah,
just looking at replay, Caratini went over to him, and he kind of put his arm around his shoulder.
Yep.
And I mean, he was upset, but it was kind of like, hey, man.
What are we doing here, bud?
And I think everyone else said, all right, we gotta clear the benches. 1-1. Strike called, and it's 1-2. It's been challenged by Antonacci. Thought it was outside, and it is a strike. I guess Contreras had actually slammed into Cody Clemens on a head-first slide at first base to reach in the first place. There's a low one, 2-2. We mentioned Grichuk. Contreras rather sturdy. I would not want to be run over by him.
No, he's not a little guy.
2-2. Antonacci fouls to stay alive.
Antonacci's going to have a little space on the right side as Rise plays slightly toward second base. And the first baseman's holding the runner on, so if he can yank one through that right side, we'll keep the line moving.
He strikes out swinging on a slider.
A White Sox Charities Garage Sale is back. Join us Saturday, June 6th at Rate Field. Admission is free and open to the public. Shop game used equipment, autographed baseballs, bobbleheads, and more. Visit whitesox.com/garage sale.
Murakami, the batter, with one out. And a curve is in there for a strike.
Pretty hittable curveball, except for the speed had him fooled.
It's 80 miles an hour. A set by Hentges. And the pitch. Drilled foul off the side net. 0-2. The series, I think the theme has been the one big inning, right?
Yes.
9 for the Sox in the 4th last night, 6 in the 5th for the Giants today. Called strike 3 to get Murakami on a fastball.
Kind of lulled him to sleep. Curveball, slider, fastball.
The last 7 outs recorded by Giants pitching has been a strikeout. Have been last 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, there's a total of 11 strikeouts in the game now by White Sox hitters.
2 down, man at first. Vargas pops it up. First base side foul territory, and Devers makes the catch. 7th inning stretch from Sam.
We got ourselves a good old-fashioned pitchers duel downtown San Diego. Yamamoto and King, 2 bona fide starters, one for the Dodgers and the Padres.
Feels like it's the first game of a playoff.
Liner and a diving play by Sogard.
Do it.
Steal and a hit. Stolen blind. Outstanding play on a searing line drive. Into the corner. And this is gone.
His first home run in the big leagues. His first hit in the big leagues.
Colt Emerson. You're not in your backyard anymore.
What a pitching performance here tonight.
We go to the bottom of the 9th. JT Ginn is 3 outs away from a no-hitter.
And JT Ginn's no-hit bid is over.
It's gone! Unbelievable! Zach Neto says goodnight to the A's.
And the Angels have won this ball game tonight here at the Big A. How about that?
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Around the majors, Cubs shook up their lineup, giving Ian Happ a day off and moving PCA to the leadoff spot, but it didn't do any good. They were shut out 3-0, losing their 7th straight to the Astros. Jays got to Paul Skeens 4 times, including George Springer's 65th career leadoff home run. Toronto won 5-1. In San Francisco, White Sox trail 9-3. Back to Len Casper and Darren Jackson.
Thanks, Jeff. Wow, 65 career leadoff homers. Still trailing Ricky Henderson with 80-something.
Springer became one of those guys on the forefront of big power hitters leading off, rather than traditional type leadoff guys like Henderson.
Ricky with 81 career leadoff homers. First pitch from Trevor Richards is popped foul. Matt Chapman at the bat. 0-1 on him.
Yeah, the game kind of changed. It started leaning instead of your little prototypical leadoff guy. Let's put some guys at the top of the lineup with some power.
The single season record for leadoff homers was set 2 years ago. Chapman fouls again. Kyle Schwarber hit 15.
Now there's another example, right? You're getting away from your prototypical leadoff guy with Schwarber. He represents immediate power, yes, and the walk, but no speed.
0-2 is off the outside. So Henderson with 81. Jeff mentioned Springer with 65. Number 3 on the all-time list is Alfonso Soriano with 54. Craig Biggio with 53. Mookie Betts started the year with 52, so he might have passed a couple of those guys. The pitch is low. The pitch, it's outside, and it's 3-2. I think Betts is still at 52. Foul fouled back and out of play.
You have a best leadoff man that you ever worked around as a broadcaster.
There have been some good ones. Luis Castillo was very good.
Oh, yeah.
With the Marlins.
Yeah.
He was not a home run hitter. Switch hitter. Picked up a lot of hits. Swinging a towering foul fly left field. And no play for Antonacci.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, he was a guy that was speed at the top of the lineup and got on base.
By the way, just to cap it, Mookie Betts has led off one time for the Dodgers this season. Mostly it's Ohtani when he's in the lineup. The pitch is high from Richards, and Chapman draws a walk. So it's one thing to hit all those home runs. It's another to stay in the leadoff spot. That's kind of part of the deal.
Yeah,
you want to be on that list.
No doubt.
So leadoff walk, here's Susac. So it's really a longevity record as well.
Absolutely.
Pitch is off the plate, ball one. I'll look at Ricky Henderson and how often he didn't hit first in his 25-year career. The 1-0 pitch, fouled back.
Yeah, Ricky Henderson, basically,
this is something.
He's the guy that you would say, if he's on your team, he's only there for one reason, and that is to lead off. That's it.
He made 2,890 career starts. Fouled.
2,890 career starts.
Okay.
Got it.
Take a ballpark guess at how many of those starts were not as a leadoff man.
2,800.
No, not.
Oh, not. 90.
Kind of close, but lower.
Really?
Yeah.
50.
Keep going.
Stop. 2.
15.
That's insane. But I just mentioned, why would you have Ricky in, and he's not your leadoff man? That's the only reason you would want him.
Susac takes low 2-2. He made 2 starts batting second, 8 hitting third, 1 batting cleanup, 2 hitting fifth, 1 seventh, and 1 eighth. And I bet you almost all of those were after age 40.
Absolutely. Yeah, it would have been crazy if all the spots for him to bat when you say Ricky Henderson's batting 4th tonight.
Leisure on a 2-2, or rather Richards, and he gets him looking on a fastball for the first out in the 7th. So his last year, Ricky's last year was 2003. And he still made 15 starts leading off that season. Fouled by Eldridge.
Was that with San Diego?
That was with the Dodgers at age 44.
Wow. Yeah, Ricky Henderson probably at age 44 has beaten most of the guys out on the field today in a race.
He went 3 for 3 in stolen bases that year. Swing and a miss.
Lou Brock would have been another guy that probably, batted lead off an awful lot in his career. Not many other spots, even though he was a really good hitter.
The pitch, low, 1-2. Starting with his age 40 season, Ricky Henderson stole 109 bases.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
To end his career.
Yeah.
Nine 3 Giants in the 7th. Runner at first, 1 out. Eldridge fouls, still 1-2 on him. He played for 9 different teams, and there's one that I would have forgotten. Up and in. So everyone knows the A's.
Yes.
The Yankees.
Yes.
The Padres.
Yes.
The Mets.
Okay, barely remember that.
And then there are a few other teams.
Brewers?
Nope. Swinging a fly ball out into medium right center. It'll be Grichuk from right to make the catch. Briefly a Mariner. Briefly a Red Sox, a Blue Jay, a Dodger, as I mentioned. I don't remember him playing with the Angels, but he played 32 games in Anaheim in '97. That one I would not have contemplated.
I would agree.
Here's Bader. Hit a grand slam his last time up, and he gets his tower buzzed up and in. But it was a slider, not a fastball.
I do know some guys back in the day that would disguise a pitch thrown at somebody by throwing a slider. I don't think that's the situation there.
Called strike?
Yeah, I'm going to knock this guy off the plate, but I don't want it to be obvious that I'm doing it, so I'll throw a slider right at him. And everybody would go, well, he'd never throw a slider at you if he was trying to move you. Well, there are a couple of guys that did.
1-1, swung on and missed. Ricky finished 4th all-time in times on base. That would be hits, walks, and hit by pitches. No player's ever reached base 6,000 times in a career. There's a swing and a hard shot up the middle. Gloved by Mydroth. Throw to first, though. Bounces. It gets under the glove of Murakami. And Bader is safe with likely a hit because Mydroth had to lay out to get that ball behind second base.
Yeah, an unbelievable effort. Unfortunately, it's going to end on an error as well. What a play by Mydroth.
So an error allowing the runner to go to third.
Just a tough try by Murakami. I mean, when you have somebody like Chase make that play, I get why Murakami was in that sweep it move instead of blocking it, and don't let it get by, because you want to finish that play for him. Unfortunately, he couldn't.
So first and third, Drew Gilbert takes outside. So it is a single and an error. Pete Rose, the all-time leader in times on base, 5,929.
Yeah, that's insane. But when you have over 4,000 hits.
The pitch is low, but he went 1-1. The rest of the top 5, Bonds, Cobb, Henderson, Yastrzemski. All over 5,300.
You think about Roberto Clemente finished with 3,000 hits on the nose. And Pete Rose had over 1,000 more hits than him.
1-1, strike at the knees.
Well, we got 2 batters, right, in the history of the game. Ty Cobb and Pete Rose, over 4,000 hits. Next closest would be, what, 3,000, I believe, 700, 3,600?
I will look it up.
Might be Henry Aaron.
Yep, Henry Aaron, 37.71.
There we go.
And Musial, 36.30. Swinging a pop-up. Here we go. Foul territory off first, and Murakami makes a catch.
Woo.
So they strand 2 through 7, 9-3 Giants on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Compassion is more than just care. It's commitment. At UI,
the biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
And it was still a strike. How about that?
He's falling down. He can't even see home plate. Duke has it and throws a changeup in the dirt.
Really a silly play. And now he will display his soccer skills once again.
Be careful out there.
Oh, my.
Look at Berkman running to the dugout.
Are you kidding me? These guys are scared to death.
Now the sprinklers come on. Somebody really messed up.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks Black socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Casino, Northern Indiana. Enjoy free live music every Friday and Saturday night at the Hard Rock Cafe stage. New pitcher for the Giants, right-hander Yoel Peguero, 5'10", 195. Pitching for the 8th time, he has a 1.29 ERA. 8th inning, 9-3 San Francisco. Colson Montgomery fouls to the screen.
Yeah, that was just 99 miles an hour. Mentioned 5'10", 195. He's bringing it.
25th career appearance. He made 17 last year. And the pitch is low. The pitch. It's a strike. Slider, 93. Peguero began the year on the injured list with a left hamstring strain. That held him out for most of spring training. Swinging a chopper past the mound. Charged by Arise, little flip over to first, and Montgomery is out.
I've always looked at guys that have that kind of fastball. And if you can locate it exactly where you want to, if you can throw it down and away at the knees, up and away, up and in, down and in, you don't really need anything else. You can show them other pitches, but you don't need anything else if you locate where you want to.
Mydroth takes ball one. This pitch will be challenged by Susak. It was 100 miles an hour near the outside corner. But did it clip the edge? And the answer is yes, it did.
And that's my point. 100 mile an hour that clipped the outside corner. If you can throw 3 of them like that, good luck to the batter.
Peguero last August hit 102 in his major league debut. There's a chop to third, and it's just foul.
And that one was 100 miles an hour, and it was on the inside part of the plate. And the point is it's about the location, not the speed. If you can locate where you want to and you get it right, it's a huge area from corner to corner of the strike zone, from top to bottom.
2 strikes on Mydroth. It's late. We're in the 8th inning. It's 9-3 Giants. The pitch. Fouled. Andrew Benintendi waits on deck. Mydroth singled in his last at bat. And he fouls.
And there it was again. That was a 95 mile an hour slider. And nice job by Mydroth just to reach out and kind of foul it off.
The 0-2 is low and outside. Sunny and windy here in San Francisco. 61 degrees when we started. Swinging a fly ball out into right. And it is Gilbert, and he makes the catch.
Came in, then went back. The wind messed him with him.
Here's Benintendi.
This is one of those times as a batter you go, you know what? I think it's worth the risk. I'm just going to look for his fastball and be ready to attack it. If he throws you a slider until 2 strikes, you go, oh, well.
Check swing foul behind the plate. Didn't mean to. Giants leading late, trying to end a 4-game losing streak. The pitch is outside. One and one. Sox went into today 2-2 on this Western swing. Called strike to Benintendi. 1-2.
Well, bit of a theme from last night to this game. They've scored in one inning in each of the games. That is not the norm for them nowadays.
The 1-2 is fouled.
Sox scored 9 runs in the 4th inning yesterday, 3 runs in the 5th inning today.
Pegueros 1-2. And he strikes out Benintendi swinging on a sinker at 101.
Coming off AL Player of the Week honors, where he hit over 400 with 3 homers, Bobby Witt Jr. was all gas, no brakes.
And grounded inside the bag and up the line. Played poorly off the sidewall by Carpenter. How far will Bobby go? And Vance Wilson is going to let him come to the plate. He is in there.
To say Bobby is on a tear is an understatement. His gap-to-gap power and that lightning speed have him among the major league leaders in hits, stolen bases, and WAR. He also just happens to be one of baseball's premier defensive players.
Goodness, that's why he's one of the best in the game.
That is how you win a Gold Glove in back-to-back seasons, and last year earned a Platinum Glove.
Baseball fans are bearing witness to something special.
He's their go-to guy in all situations, whether it's defensively, offensively, running the bases, complete player.
A primetime player in his prime.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win. Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them, and I was like, I think we can get these ourselves, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to, have that moment and have everyone so excited to, have a picture of you is a fun moment.
I'd even end this commercial right now to go visit belltire.com.
Bell Tire. You're out of there, leaky store brands.
When all else fails, try North Shore Adult Diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
Trevor Richards in his second relief inning, bottom of the 8th, facing Willie Adames. 9-3 Giants here in game 2. And the first pitch is fouled. Ball might have come back off the dirt and hit the bat again. Kind of took a
little double hit.
Yep. The 0-1. Inside, Romo almost challenged it, decided not to on a change. I guess it was low. The 1-1 is hammered on a line, but fouled to left and into the seats.
A Chicago Sports Network is your TV home for White Sox baseball. Stream the Sox all season long, anytime, anywhere, on up to 3 devices with the CHSN app.
1-2 coming inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Adames. He's 0 for 4 in this game. The pitch, low on a changeup.
Richards, after the pitch, almost looked like he was walking it off. Just walked toward the first base area, off of the mound, and then just decided, I've got to go back. I got to throw another pitch.
Here it comes. Swing and a fly ball out into left. It's deep. Antonacci at the fence. We'll watch it fly. Adames with a home run. And it's 10-3, San Francisco.
Now the White Sox, they have not used the long ball in this series. The Giants today, a team that only came in with 41 home runs on the year compared to the White Sox 68, have hit 2. Hit 3, actually, yes.
So Adames with number 6. Here's a rise, called strike. 14 hits for the home team. The pitch. Swung on and lifted out into center field. A little trouble with the sun, Derek Hill, and he makes the catch. Well, he battled it, but he caught it right near the warning track.
Yeah, and he held the glove up, and he did everything you're supposed to do. Got himself in a position, turned sideways a little bit, probably had it come out of the sun where he can make that last-second grab at it.
One out. The batter is Casey Schmidt. And he pops it up. Shallow left. Montgomery over into foul ground, and he's got it.
There you go. Talked about it earlier. The pop-up to Vargas down the line before was one where Montgomery probably had a better angle to take it, but he let his third baseman try to, and he did not make the play. That time, Montgomery wasn't messing around. He just said it's mine.
Devers, the batter, 2 outs, 8th inning. And he looks at a wide one. Sometimes it just works out this way. It's not by design, but the White Sox have a bunch of Illinois guys on their roster. There's ball 2.
I feel like it is by design. Let's get all the local talent.
Trevor Richards from downstate. He's from Aveston, about 40 miles east of St. Louis. Swinging a fly ball again. Center field, Derek Hill, battling, and he's got it. Brian Hudson, Sam Antonacci, Noah Schultz, and you've got Derek Shulman.
Welcome back to Cincinnati. Gino swung on, crushed high, deep left field. There it goes. Goodbye into the second deck. A 3-run go-ahead blast.
And Eugenio Suarez to the second deck, and he thunders the Reds ahead 3-2.
Well, there was absolutely no doubt about that one right there. 431 feet for Suarez. That ball was smashed.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Right. A rejuvenated team lighting up the Southside fan base.
Deep left field. It's going to be.
We do feel like we're going to take another step forward.
A home run.
Chicago White Sox baseball. ESPN Chicago.
We have moved to the ninth. It's 10-3 San Francisco. Randall Grichuk will lead off against Peguero. Then it'll be Hill and Romo. Schultz and Ray, the matchup. Lefties tomorrow afternoon to wrap up the trip. First pitch. Called strike on a fastball at 97. The kick and the 0-1 and a wave and a miss on a slider. Nothing in 2.
Yeah, Grichuk completely fooled on that pitch. He's got a unique style of swinging the bat in the first place, but that one was really kind of chopping at wood.
The 0-2, Grichuk powders a ground ball out into right for a leadoff single.
There we go. Keep hope alive. Just keep the line moving. Have a little fun with the finish.
So Grichuk off the bench, 1 for 2. And here's Derek Hill. Hill did not start, but he pinch hit in the 6th for Peters. So this is his second at bat. And he takes high.
It's almost like Figueroa has decided to let up a little bit. 97. You mentioned the last pitch of last inning was 101.
Hill swings and misses, 1-1. Giants set up for 2 on the infield. Their double play combo today. A Rise and a Adames. Swing and a miss on a high one. 1-2.
Such a hard thing to do. Look for high fastballs and lay off of them. Even if they're out of the strike zone. You think, oh, I can get to that. No. Good luck catching up to 98 upstairs.
The 1-2 pitch, late swing and a foul off the screen near the White Sox dugout.
And that one was close to 100 miles an hour, and it was down, so he was able to get the barrel on that a little bit.
Figueroa had bounced around. This is his 5th organization. And as I mentioned earlier, made his debut last year with the Giants. Pitch is up and in. It's 2-2. Originally signed with the Rays back in 2015. So he's been around for a while, but not a ton of time in the major leagues. 2-2. He's hit on the ground, and it's off the glove of the pitcher. It'll be a base hit. That actually took the glove off Figueroa. He slowed it down, and it died in the grass between the mound and second base.
So the 2 pinch hitters that stayed in to get second at bats have each gone 1 for 1 since entering the game.
That's right.
Take it.
Here's Romo, 2 on, nobody out. A pitch. Swinging strike. 10 hits for the Sox now. But a lot of singles, right? They haven't done a ton of damage outside that 3-run 5th.
Yeah, we like singles, but not on days like this where you're trailing by 7. But you still got to have a little fun, get your hits, and this guy's throwing 100, so take whatever you can get.
The 0-1, foul strike on a sinker. That pitch was a perfect inside corner comeback sinker. So nothing in 2 on Romo. Here it comes. Swing and a ground ball right to Adames. That'll be a 6-3 double play. It took him right to second base. About as routine as it gets. So runner at third, 2 outs in the 9th, and that'll bring up Sam Antonacci.
Yeah, Adames was already playing up the middle, but when he hit that ball, Adames took 1 step to his left, waited for it, grabbed it, stepped on the bag, and then it was routine from there to first.
Antonacci's 0 for 4. Did reach on a fielder's choice and got an RBI in the 5th. He fouls. Later scored a run that tied the game at the time. Giants fans now standing. 1 strike on Antonacci, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right to Chapman. A lot of time. He'll get it to first, and that will do it. We've got a rubber game tomorrow. Final score, Giants 10, Sox 3 on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Let me ask you something. Why does buying a car have to feel like Game 7 pressure? It doesn't. That's why you go to Advantage Toyota in River Oaks. What's up, it's Jay Hood. You got a budget? They've got Toyotas that you want to drive. And here's the best part I appreciate. They keep it simple. No marathon sessions, no mystery math, just straight answers, real numbers, and a team that respects your time. Imagine that. Respect. Go see the crew at Advantage Toyota River Oaks. Toyota, let's go places.
When your life turns upside down after